What's up, guys? Dark J here, and bringing you more Miners Haven. If you look behind me, there's a few different things going on back here. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I hear constantly people saying that the ore cannons are worthless, that there's no reason for them to be in the game, and if they only had a purpose, then they would use them more often. So I am here to show you guys that ore cannons can have a purpose. Today I am going to do an episode on ore cannons, and I'm going to follow it up with another type of build that can help early game people get money, the loop. And loop is actually really good for late game too if you have the right stuff. So with that being said, I'm going to go over here real quick. Actually, I'm going to activate this. If you see over here, I have these. I'm just gonna drop a bunch of ore right here. Okay, and alright, I'm gonna let that go. Okay, so I'm gonna let that go while I'm showcasing the ore cannons. And I'm actually going to show you guys how it can be a practical build for making money with the ore cannon. Now, first I'm gonna show you guys what not to do with an ore cannon. Massive ores. Big ores like this just simply do not work with an ore cannon. As you can tell, they get stuck, and this happens. And instead of having money coming out of this, you have a massive ball pit. So unless you want to be here jumping all day trying to get money, this type of setup's not going to work. But that doesn't mean that the ore cannon is not practical. Just large ores just tend not to work with the setup. But I will tell you what is. If we come on over here, little ores work perfect with the ore cannon. Now, I'm going to start by stating that you can't just throw an ore cannon down and expect it to launch the ore where you want it to. Okay? There is a little bit of a skewed flying going on with it. So the best way to set up an ore cannon setup is to place down your cell furnace. So let's say we're gonna be using well, for just the sake of it, because let's say we're gonna throw down a pirate loot thing. Okay, any cell furnace will do. All right, honestly. All right, you're gonna go in and you're gonna buy 7 walls. Okay. Now, the corner walls, I should say, just these ones. Now, the first one, you're going to butt it right up. Whoa, dang dog. If the dog would stop freaking out. Now, you're going to put one right butt up against there, okay? You're going to put one right there. And right there. One here. One here. And one there. And one there. Oh, I messed up. Of course I messed up. It's because of the dog. You know, I blame the dog. You know, if you're not well behaved. You know that? Oh wow. Much Doge. Yeah, totally. Alright, so you would set it up like this. So literally the side walls are nothing but this wall here. Okay? So when the ore is flung in there, it'll bounce off the walls and ultimately go into the cell furnace. And then you would set up a teleporter directly in front of it. And now the reason for the teleporter in front of it is so that any ore that bounces back out will land in the teleporter, and it'll have a chance to be flung back in it again. And how it works here is simply it'll fall in, it'll come back into the teleporter, come back out, be flung in it again. Okay. Now, if we go into here, let's get a little ladder thing. Alright. Now let's go up the ladder and let's look in here. As you can see, the ore efficiently goes into here. Okay, I mean, now granted we're using a nature's grip here, but any cell furnace will work. So whatever ore makes going into, you're going to get that back out, but it's going to be a lot quicker. Now, you're probably thinking, well, I could just set up mines and drop them directly into cell furnaces. Why do I need an ore cannon? Well, simply put, this is a good setup to save you, to make money now while saving money. So I know a lot of you have been through the point to where you're waiting for that money just to hit so you can upgrade your next item. Well, with this type of setup, that's not really ever the issue, because when you need to upgrade, instead of having to upgrade 20 cell furnaces and 40 mines, you only have to upgrade one cell furnace. And you could string this along and literally have a crap ton of mines. Now, it's best to have replicators when you're dealing with high-end mines. Now, early game, where the replicator costs more than the mine itself, then that's not so practical. But with this here, the replicator is cheaper than the mine, but it's like having a second mine here because it's duplicating the ore that's coming out. So literally, it's like I have 4 mines going on here. And now when I go to upgrade, all I'd have to do is replace these 2 mines and the cell furnace, as opposed to 4 mines and 2 cell furnaces. So it's basically cutting your cost in half while still retaining about the same amount of profits. Okay? This is a very quick way to get yourself up there in funds early. Just boost yourself along. So the ore cannon does have practicality. Now, the one thing that is not practical, and I still haven't found a purpose for it, besides maybe base defense, is the ore collider. If you watch this thing, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, look up in the air here. You'll see the ore every so often, where it's literally just, there it goes, just being flung out into the abyss. Yeah, there one went way out there, okay? And it flings it so high that even a wall can't stop it. Like, quite literally. Here, I'm gonna add this guy to my friends list so that way my zombies don't keep attacking him. So, as far as ore flingers are concerned, this ore collider, to me, is not practical. Alright, so again, this is just another little tidbit that I was hoping that maybe, you know, some people can use to boost their cash flow along, and it's cheap and easy enough to build, and it pays out good. And like I said, and you can start this off early game, and you got very few items that you have to upgrade. And the more you upgrade, the more, you know, you're gonna get a return on it, obviously. So now, the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the loop. Okay. Now, this is not a late game loop by any means. This is billions to quadrillions loop over here. Now, the reason I basically have 4 cursed purifiers. Now, this is just a small loop, mind you. You could stack a loop with 10, 15 of these cursed ore purifiers if you want to. Now, when you get later on in the game where you're getting a crap ton of money, you could get something like this to put in a loop, and it'll let you know when you hit 1 quintillion. Now, there are other things you could put in a loop like this here. It'll let you know when you've hit 4 million, or this here, where you can put this in line, and when it starts blinking, you know that the ore is at 500 million each. I start this off with remote mines. Now, the reason I use remote mines is because then you can say, I want to add, I want to press the button 5 times, and I know my ore limit's not going to go out of control because I'm controlling how much ore is in the loop. Okay, this will feed into here, and it will constantly go through. These cursed ore purifiers are constantly adding the 20k to each ore over and over and over and over and over again. Here, you know what? I'm just going to remove these so that way. Alright. Now, so it's constantly getting upgraded, the dollar amount wise, by this. Now, this here, I put this here just to tell me that this ore's gone through this loop 30 times. This thing starts blinking, and I know it's already gone through it 30 times. So it's got an efficient amount of time on it. Now, at the end of the loop, you can throw, now this is, like I said, this is just a small setup here because I needed room to show you guys the ore cannons and everything. At the end here, I threw a couple of upgraders just to show, hey, you could throw upgraders, you can throw any type of furnace at the end that you want. Again, this is another item that you can build early game, and it can net you a pretty good amount of cash. Now, one thing you will need is the reversible conveyor. If you're lucky enough to get one from a crate, or if you have enough cash to get one, awesome. Once you're satisfied that the ore is worth enough, then you just switch it. Okay? Now all your ore is coming out of there. Okay? And we're watching it go through, and okay, if I would have let it sit, it would have been more, obviously. But as you can see, I increased the value of the ore by pushing it through the system over and over again. Now, the loop will only work with items that don't have restrictions like the cursed ore purifiers, or for early game, you could use something like the fine point upgraders or the ore purifier machine. Or you could even, you know, make it go through something like this, you know what I'm saying, over and over again till you know it's at the cash value of 4 million. Or, for instance, you could have it go through this to where you know that it's at the cash value of 500 million. Okay, and you could have it continuously loop. You could go around crate hunting, doing whatever, and then come back and you could have ore worth quadrillions. Okay, quite literally. And then you could set up a crazy setup at the end where you have advanced ore scanners or flaming ore scanners or something that, you know, triples or quadruples the value. I threw a quantum ore cleaner in here just because I didn't have enough room to throw a bunch of advanced or flaming ore scanners. This is basically simulating that I quintupled the value of all the ores that came to it. Okay, so again, I hope these builds help somebody out there. If you guys like this type of stuff, or you want to see me do different things with my channel, just let me know. And I will try to help anybody along that, you know, is having trouble or needs information on how to make an epic build. Again, I'm also going to probably do a few episodes where I'm just showcasing, you know, my newest stuff. I'm at my 20th life, so as you guys can see, I've reborned a few times. I have a few nature's grips. I did get a couple of other cool items from my reborning. I have Frozen Justice, you guys have seen before. I do have the Dreamer's Fright. Now, this thing I know is more powerful than my Frozen Justice. And, yeah, I would use it. Why does it drop its tree like it's ore? Anyway, I would use this, but the simple fact that it removes research points at random just makes me not want to use it. I don't like things that give me, my character, a negative reaction. I just, you know, sort of throws me off. You know, makes me not want to try it. So there is that. Other items that I got from Reborning recently, guys. I have gotten the Tesla resetter. I have 3 of those now, which is crazy. I have the flaming Schrodinger, which is awesome as well. It just seems like its multipliers are just slightly higher. I have the Righteous Will, which grants me immunity to explosive infuser enemies. Higher chance to survive zombies. 30% health, or 30 health and 4 speed. So this thing's kind of cool. I've gotten... I've already showed... Oh, I've gotten the massive diamond mines. I have 3 of these. I have 2 of them out there to show you guys how bad large ore is when it comes to an ore cannon setup. But again, ore cannon setups are not useless. They are actually very practical when it comes to cost wise and then cost output. So again, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Subscribe, or I will imprint this image in your brain forever. And that's it, guys. So again, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I can do in the next video. I'm Dark J, and I'm out.